And the purpose we're here is to simply get to know each other. I always say people do business who they know, like, and trust. And we always meet at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And as I always mention, we are we're a relation organization, not a transactional organization. We like to get to know each other. And I have the pleasure today to meeting of one of our WOW fellow members, Darryl. How are you, Darryl?
Thanks. I'm doing good, Juan. It's always a pleasure to sync up and chat, and you got a great community here.
All right, thank you. So just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, I grew up in suburban Long Island. I was always into sports, played sports. My dad was a big sports junkie, so I attended lots of games. I got involved with hockey early, playing hockey, and my dad had season tickets to the New York Islanders in their heyday through his company. So I was always an ardent hockey fan and supporter. I love sports. I knew that I wanted to work in sports. I went to college at Ithaca College, which was a great communication school. I did a lot of, sports management, marketing classes, and really thought that I would be in front of the camera or had aspirations to go into broadcasting. Had some limited opportunity, was a radio, jockey, was doing some TV production, some reporting. And, I learned a lot about building content and developing, plans. And that's really what brought me into the sports environment. I had the opportunity to really build digital media programming and content after my initial foray into the real world. I was working at the NHL, and that became a 22 plus year career working either at headquarters or with some strategic partners. I worked with Major League Baseball Advanced Media and Disney Streaming Services before, starting my consulting practice. So, that's a
so
little bit of my background in a nutshell.
I know you always wanted to be in sports, even when as a young kid. Who are your role models, or who inspired you?
I really looked up to Al Michaels, Marv Albert, and Howard Cosell, the folks that were doing lots of different sports, always, calling the big event. They had great personality, great bravado. People looked up to them. They always wanted to, emulate them on the big calls. And yeah, that was fun. I still am very, very much in tune with some of the media personalities and the business, but I take sort of like a backseat on some of the, in front of the camera stuff. I'm more behind the scenes.
Can he go all the way? That was my
That
impersonation.
that was this, or Al Michaels. Do you believe in miracles? Yes.
Yes, yes, yeah, those are crazy. They're memorable for to say.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but they had their own branding, believe it or not. So that's pretty cool that you remember these things that they actually do, and that's part of branding. We were just discussing about that. Um, and did you have any other interests? I mean, interests of like hobbies or anything else like that when you were growing up besides sports? Did you do anything else?
I was I was always, I had in front of a screen, video games, playing with my buddies on the block all the time, just between pick up sports, which NHL hockey, Blades of Steel were really
Yes.
fun games. Super Mario Brothers, Castlevania, Jungle Hunt.
Yeah.
I mean, the list goes on and on. So my Nintendo, Sega Genesis, everyone had like a new platform. I remember when the Wii came out, even as I
Do you,
as I was an adult.
do you remember Bases Loaded?
Bases loaded a little bit. Yeah, I don't think I played that one too much.
Okay.
That was a baseball,
Baseball, yeah,
hitting the
baseball.
home runs and the
Oh,
crazy fireworks going off in the background, right?
what about Tecmo Ball? Tecmo Ball.
Oh
You got to
yeah,
know Tecmo Ball.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Tecmo
Tecmo
Bowl.
Ball. Yeah, yeah.
Herschel Walker, you could never tackle him, and or at the Seahawks, like Steve Largent, you throw the ball and he'd catch everything. Jerry Rice with the
Montana.
49ers
Yes,
and
with
yeah,
Montana.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That was
I'm
such a fun games. Those are very entertaining games and fun. And And you mentioned Blades of Steels and the hockey, Nintendo hockey as well, which is with the big fat guy and the little skinny guy
Right, right,
fighting
right,
each other.
right.
That
Yep,
was
yep.
pretty cool. I was like, those are fun games. It
And
was fun being a kid.
yeah, there was probably about maybe a 10 or 15 year time frame during my life that I didn't play video games after first getting involved with them, sort of when I was like 6 or 7. But now I still play with my son. He's a big soccer fan, and we play FIFA all the time on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh,
And
that's
my
great.
daughter's into volleyball, and we play some of those games, badminton, volleyball, soccer, golf, bowling. I always have fun still playing, and the games are so realistic these days. It's crazy to think, Juan, when you and I were growing up, what the graphics looked like, what
Oh yeah, absolutely.
the
I
6-bit
know.
animations and everything.
I know. It's like I see what's it GTA and all that stuff that what they're doing. I'm like, oh my God, the graphics is crazy. They're like real. It's like a real
Yeah,
like
you're driving the car in Grand Theft
yeah.
Auto, right, right,
It's like reality. It's like wow. You thought it's pretty soon in the future they're not even gonna know the difference between reality and you know what I mean. It's gonna be crazy,
Oh,
isn't it?
it's going to be super immersive. You just you just think of a thought and you feel like
Total
you're skiing down the Alps or something like that.
total
Right.
recall. Total
Yeah.
recall.
Right, right,
That's where
right.
we go. That's
Yeah.
where we go. Total recall.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, right.
That's right. We're going to
Yeah.
Mars. So that's crazy movies about that. But wow. Now your degree you said was in sports management. That's what you went to school
Right,
for?
yeah, yeah. Communication, sports management, had a marketing, advertising,
So
sociology minor, did lots of liberal arts studies as well, and did an internship out in LA my second semester junior year at Fox Sports, and
oh
that's when I was working on the assignment desk, doing some
uh,
research and development. Yep.
yeah. So I was gonna tell you. So tell us about your corporate experience. Being in the corporate world.
Yeah, so working with the NHL from December 1999 to January 2016 at headquarters, partnering with lots of great
What
product folks. Really, I was
what was the
responsible for
headquarters?
in Rockefeller Center,
Oh,
and
really?
yeah,
Wow.
now there are two offices removed from that location. They were on when I last left the NHL. They were on 1185 Avenue of the Americas, and now they're over in Hudson Yards. They built a brand new office,
Oh,
a
wow.
gorgeous new space there. But yeah, I was always in digital media, as I mentioned, leading content and operations, working with product development teams, working with the sales and marketing crews to really develop stories and build campaigns, get involved into building streaming platforms, working on blogs and podcasts, and uh, the list goes on and on. I mean, I
So
used to go to all the big events, the Stanley Cup finals, the All-Star games, the drafts. I used to lead and facilitate chats with players. So I was talking to, Sidney Crosby, Alex Ovechkin, Connor McDavid, all the guys when they were first drafted used to sit next to me, and I'd be on a chat with NHL fans. Used to do a lot of the ads, and really build some fun native experiences that were authentic to NHL fans, and got involved with data strategy, doing a lot of different things, but really a developer at heart, building team solutions, optimizing our business, and really being that editorial director, that lead that can handle production, get it out there fast, manage the content, do some good, authentic, fun storytelling and the programming. And at one point in my time at the NHL, I was managing a team of 40, 50 people, and then I moved over to Major League Baseball Advanced Media in a partnership deal with the NHL, which was very unique at that time, as they started to get more immersed into streaming, and they wanted to be an industry leader and work with the best in the business. And Disney had a minor stake in their business, but then as they had aspirations to get really involved and grow Disney Plus, they bought the whole BAM Tech business, of which I was a part of, and I now started working with Disney,
Wow.
and doing lots of different fun projects, not just the NHL work, but also helping as a beta tester for Disney Plus. My whole family got involved. We were doing surveys, we were on marketing calls. They were really tapping into me as a not only a subject matter expert, someone who was an immersive explorer, but my kids and their vantage points as they were growing their content offerings and thinking about, personalization and some options on what profiles look like when people would sign on and onboard to Disney Plus. So yeah, there's lots of fun, unique work that I have
So
done
you
across a
got to
lot of different disciplines. Yeah.
wow, so you got to beta test Disney Plus. That's amazing.
Yeah, 11 months before it hit the marketplace. Yeah.
Wow, wow. So you're an expert now on Disney Plus. You could, all the hacks and all the cool things. Right? That's
Yeah, no, Disney and Disney Plus. I mean, talk about content. I mean, there's so many different things, documentaries, one-off series, all the franchises. The even when they purchased now they have all the Simpsons IP and Nat Geo. There's something for everyone, and it's just remarkable how vast the content is and how you could go down a rabbit hole and come out like 5 years later when you're finally finished.
wow, wow. Well, we're at the halfway mark of our interview now, and one of the things I like to do is this is what I call this segment the golden nugget piece. Is any valuable piece of information you'd like to leave behind for somebody to help with their business to become a better business person? Is there any information you want to share or give us any examples?
Yeah, I found that volunteering and raising your hand or contributing to other businesses that you didn't anticipate getting involved in is super beneficial for your career. It shows how that you have some versatility. People around you, whether they're real partners or prospective partners, will see your personality, how you operate, and all the different ways that you could bring value to their world or the operation, the company good, the mission. Branding, of course, is
Yeah.
everything, and you definitely want to be super useful, and you also want to tap in and constantly learn. And I've really found that that's gotten me many more opportunities, and you get tapped on the shoulder. You're like, oh, Darryl, remember when we did this? And now, can you help us do this? Or who's the best person to turn to? Is like you become a real resource and someone that can contribute to different pieces of the business. That's super, yeah, super big. In one, climbing the corporate ladder, but also in having partners for life, or people that will, um, you know, call you and find that, what, you have the answers most of the time, and you're honest, and you're fun and easy to talk to. So there's a lot of my advice is, put yourself out there, and it will get you more than you could probably handle. And then it's up to you to kind of define what you want to really specialize in. But I've been really happy with all the work that I've done at the corporate level, and then I could put into practice as a consultant.
That's great. Well, thank you for that advice. That's been great advice. I mean, I always say with the branding, you have to be consistent, right? And sometimes you are the brand, and you have to show up, right? And you have to be there, present. And I think the more you do it consistently, people get to know you. And then again, I would say people do business who they know, like, and trust, and it becomes more easier to do business, and it's a lot smoother.
Yeah, and you also want to work in companies that appreciate your personality, your personal brand. People see you as affable, approachable, someone that they can, do, well, let's not pretend it's not real battle, but they can actually have some fun. They want you in the action with them, and they depend on you. You show up, you're accountable. There's the honest, transparent nature that I give. I try not to sugarcoat anything really. and it's that mutual appreciation and respect that you get when you're working with someone, you're having fun together, and you really appreciate the brand, the mission of the company that you're working with.
All right, thank you. And regarding networking as organizations, I know you belong to WOW. You're a member of WOW. Do you belong to any other organizations or spheres of influence?
Yeah, so I do lots of sports networking because that's one of the big ecosystems that I work in. There's some communities that work with athletes and teams. Sports Philanthropy Network, Locker Room Sports are two communities that I do some work in. And then, as far as like religiously attending a network, that's really wow. I mean, I always make it a
Oh,
point
thank
to
you.
show up, at least 3 or 4 meetings a month. I've taken part in other networking groups. Sometimes I check in just to kind of see what's going on, or I'll meet someone and they say, "Hey, you should check this out." But I it's not much more than that. I have thankfully a good, robust contact list, people that work in my industry that they're good referral sources, and I don't need I as much as I enjoy networking, I enjoy, working on projects with people that I've already known and met, or they've referred me to other people. So I've kind of culled down on some of the networking groups that I'm doing, and really focused on meaningful work and some projects.
Okay, excellent. And we have about like 5 more minutes left. Can you tell us about your company? Tell us about your company.
Sure. So yeah, Haberman Consulting is a boutique management consulting practice. I focus on a lot of digital media, marketing, content, and operations work. A strategic advisor, a digital strategist at heart. That was my business, as I mentioned, with the NHL, Major League Baseball, and Disney streaming. So I can really help a business, chairman of a business, a startup founder, optimize a lot of, sorry, optimize a lot of what they're doing at the early goings of the organization, the business. So build that foundation so that they're avoiding some headaches, some time constraints, and they're really focused on serving their core customers. There's a lot of work that I'm doing in the SaaS marketplace on good, clean digital solutions, innovative content, and helping define and develop what a strategic roadmap looks like, and how to accomplish some of the early milestones, and find some partnerships to do more robust media work into the future.
Okay, excellent. Now, if people want to learn more about you, what's the best way to contact you?
I'm super approachable and always responsive. LinkedIn, my personal LinkedIn, or my company page, Haberman Consulting. My domain is actually habermandigital.com. So Darryl at habermandigital.com is my company email, and habermandigital.com is the web. You could find some practice areas, things that I specialize in. And as I said, I'm super approachable, so I'm not too far away from social media. LinkedIn is probably one of the more popular popular platforms that I spend a good amount of time in. I'm on Instagram. One of my hobbies now, as you mentioned, hobbies earlier, is being my dog's social media manager. So I'm always checking in on Instagram,
Uh,
doing reels
what's
for Winston the Woodle.
Oh, I was gonna say
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
Winston the Woodle,
Okay.
Winstonda Woodle,
Okay.
Whoodle. He's a mini Woodle, and yeah, we have some fun posting
Excellent.
content every Wednesday on Winston Wednesday.
Wow. Well, Darryl, thank you so much for sharing your story. And if you'd like to become a member for Winning on Wednesday, simply visit www.winningonwednesday.com and click on the first time guest and sign up. And we hope to see you in the next meeting. So thank you so much. Thank you,
No,
Darryl.
yeah, thank you so much for having me.